Our next exercise is an exercise simply known as a crock row. It's named after, the way I know it is, named after a very strong powerlifter with a name of Polish descent, which I'm not really quite sure of, but I'm going to go ahead and show you the movement because I think it's a really excellent movement. Just like any other row, we're going to drop the same side leg as the kettlebell is. Good posture, trunk tall, good back arch. Hand on the platform. Doesn't have to be quite this little platform, it's just the one I'm using. Thumb is pointing in towards the body, not straight ahead as in a normal row. Now all we're going to do is drift out and up with the movement, using our upper back to make the movement occur, and then back being under nice control. So here's what it looks like. That's simply the crock row. Pretty straightforward movement. We just changed our hand position a little bit. Body position is the same as any other row, and we're moving the kettlebell or the load a little bit more from our upper back musculature without cranking up towards us, but moving out and away. Next movement is probably one of my favorite movements for overall body mobility and total body integration. And this is what we call our overhead lunge. So pretty simple statement. The name kind of defines it. Weight overhead, we're going to do a lunge. So all we're going to do from here, bell side leg is going to be back. I'm going to step out. I'm going to have to put the bell overhead first though. So bell's overhead, stepping out, and then squeeze the back side cheek, lower the front side hip towards the heel, and push back. Again, nice straight arm. We don't want arm to bend, nice and straight. Get stable, change elevation, and back. Step out, change elevation, and back. I'm going to show you the other side so you can see what it looks like on the other leg. The lunging portion of this move is no different than the other lunge. It's just the fact that we have the bell overhead that adds a little bit more complexity to the upper body portion of this movement. It also helps us get a little bit better dynamic stretch in that backside leg. So here we go. Bell overhead, nice and solid. We don't want that bell to drift forward again. Opened up and back down. Down, stepping out, solid, lowering hip towards heel, just like all the rest of the lunges. And that's our overhead lunge. Next drill in the sequence is what we call kettlebell wood chop. Very similar to any other wood chop you may have seen with a cable type system or anything like that. We're just going to move the bell across. We're going to keep the lower body nice and solid. We're going to lock our glutes in, straighten our legs, lock our heels into the ground, and we're just going to do a chop as such. You want to think about managing or turning the belly button. You don't want to turn the pelvis or hips. You don't want to give the pelvis or hip. You know, lock those in and rotate. So let's take a look at it. I'm going to try to do a few slower so I can talk to you a little bit, and we'll move a little bit faster. Lock the hips in. You want to control, move it back to you as well. You just don't want to let the bell plummet back down because you're going to be missing out on a good portion of your work. You want to get the best workout you can. So here we go again. Up, locking those hips forward. Obviously, you want to go both ways. You're going to put the hand that is on the side that you're going towards, in my instance was the left, is going to be the top hand. The right hand is going to be the underneath hand going across the body. Last drill for this third part is what we call a rack walk. We've looked at the rack several times. Again, if you only have one bell for these walking sequences, that's fine. It's better if you have two, but you're going to go ahead and move into the rack position. Again, forearms vertical, wrists not broken, nice and tight. Very tall trunk, good posture, very deliberate. And all we're going to do is step off with great purpose. We're going to, again, drive those heels into the floor and walking. Straight out. And back. And that's the rack walk. It's going to be very challenging to manage. Again, because the load is on the front of your body, it's going to want to collapse in, so you're going to have to work really hard to keep that trunk nice and solid with good solid posture, maintaining your trunk column. So this has been part 3 of the Kettlebell Meltdown training, ladder sequences, and big iron burn.